Welcome, everybody. We're here with another exciting episode from MRC University. Today we have Bo and Alex from Oplign. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. So, good morning, Bo. Good morning, Alex. Thanks for joining us today. Tell us about Oplign and how we use it.
Awesome. Well, hey, Valerie, thank you for having us here today, and love what the team at Mission Roll Call is doing to support our veterans and service members. Quick overview for Opline. Opline, I'll tell you what Opline does. It is the easy button for veterans to quickly align their military skills to open jobs. In a nutshell, that is what Opline does for you. I think one of the hardest things for a transitioning veteran in particular is to figure out how their skills in the military align to open roles in the civilian world, especially if you're maybe coming from combat arms. You're an infantry, you're a tanker, you're an artillery. A lot of times you may think that your skills don't align to jobs in the civilian world, but in reality, your skills are in super high demand. So I think that's what, more than anything, the Opline tool can do. It can help you be the easy button to figure out, okay, I was an 11 Bravo, I was an 0311, I was a bosun's mate. Those skills are very much needed in the military, in the civilian world, and the Opline tool will help you show how those skills align to open jobs at multiple companies.
Sure. Alex Calfee, one of the co-founders of Oplign. And yeah, it really helps veterans identify, and the rest of the military affiliate community works great for military spouses, and they have their special challenges when it comes to maintaining consistent employment through PCS moves and everything else. And as well as veteran students, we work a lot with veteran students and various organizations that help veterans who have gone back to school to either get an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree or master's and beyond. Help them kind of identify the jobs that are right for them based on what they did in the military, what they've been learning in school, and then guide them a little bit in the school process as well to take courses and potentially majors that are going to be in demand by employers once they exit. So yeah, it works kind of across the board and works for everybody. So
And we can show you a little demo. Yeah, we'll show you how this thing works. It is truly the easy button. The things you really need to start with are just your military occupational specialty, your rank, and your years of service. That's kind of the starting point. And from there, the tool will ask you contextually correct questions based on what you have done in the military. So again, we're going to ask an infantryman different questions than a surface warfare officer, than different questions than a pilot. And if you've been out for a while, we're going to ask you questions about what you've been doing since you got out of the military, because we know a good percentage of veterans that transition out of the military don't want to do what they did in the military. This tool also takes that very much into consideration as well. We want to know what you've done since you got out. What did you get your degree in? Have you transitioned from being in combat arms to being a program manager, or to being in IT, or being into whatever it may be? This tool will help you, combine your military skills with the skills maybe you've earned or gained since you got out of the military, combine all that up, and then align you to open jobs. So I don't know, Alex, if you can show us a little screenshot of how it works a little bit.
once a job seeker ends up signing up for the system, they'll see a screen that looks like this, and it's structured so that people can start with where they are right now, where they kind of paths to get them to their next opportunity. So upskilling, other sorts of training, education, training paths, things like that, and then the jobs that they're aligned to. So this sample person I made, you can see here, it has aligned to 123 different locations, 9 different roles, and across 911 companies. And so you can see that the skills resume that I built, um, using the basic interaction that we had initially. So it looks just like a kind of a CV or a resume. But you can add individual pieces to this as well. So you can add, education. So I can say, hey, also I am, graduating with an associate's degree in, let's just say, some sort of business. So in, say, business analytics, and I'm graduating next year. It's save. So that gets pushed and added into my profile, and then it's going to ask me, hey, okay, based on where you are, do you have familiarity or experience or interest in certain things? So maybe you're interested in quantitative or risk management positions, because those the business analytics side is very high demand right now. Do you have experience with certain software platforms? Do obviously you can do Microsoft Office, but do you have knowledge and understanding of certain things, familiar with scripting languages, for example? And you can save. You don't have to check all these off if they're not relevant to you. You can just hit save, and those will get pushed into your profile, and they'll change kind of the alignment that you have. So we can see my job alignment, and I can turn on and off different roles based on what I've been aligned to initially. So if I'm not really interested in becoming a technical writer or supporting arms officer, those get turned off. But maybe I am interested in quality and project manager jobs. Those are great kind of entry level or entry kind of jobs into the system, into the labor market, I should say. And now you'll see that the maps changed a little bit. Now we have more jobs in different locations. And you can see the different jobs. So Avery Dennison, they've got internships that are available. If I'm not interested in internships, I can actually turn that off as well. So I can turn off these internships. I did say I was interested in an internship on my initial ingestion, but if I turn those off, it will reduce the not interested in financial sales. So those have been turned off. It'll change that. You can see right there. So it's only going to show me the things I'm interested in, along with the things I'm capable of, based on what I've told the system up front. So that's the skill. That's the skill side. So you can edit work experience. You can say, oh, I've added certain things. We're going to ask you initially as you come into the system, what things that you know about yourself right now that you can do. We're not going to ask you a whole bunch of other random stuff, and we're not going to ask you to upload a resume. But you can at any point add military experience. You can change, if you went to the reserves or National Guard, once you got out of active duty, you can always add that here. And, so which unit, maybe I was in the Ohio Guard. And then you can do that as well. And then you can add different MOSs. So right now, I think the MOS I've got in here is an E7 in the Army. That was a aviation all-source intelligence officer. But you can add federal employment as well. So if you were in the worked as part-time as a federal employee, that information can be added into your profile at any time. Let's see, what else would you like to talk about? There's a ton here, so I could kind of go in a lot of different directions.
I think what I would like to add about the tool is that, for the veteran that is transitioning or looking for a new role, the beauty in many ways of Oplign is that it's going to open your eyes open your eyes to possibilities for you, right? Again, I like to refer to as a targeting tool. It helps you very quickly in a matter of, less than 10 minutes. By entering the data into this system, you'll figure out how your skills align to hundreds of open jobs. From there, you have the ability to go to a company's website and apply for that job if you want to. Now, I will tell you that oftentimes applying to a company's website is pretty frustrating. You may not hear back from them. We can't control that a company responds to you or not. But the key thing you've learned from this interaction is that Company X has an open job right now that your skills are a good fit for. So at that point, what we typically will recommend that our veteran candidates do is trying to find a way to network in there. So if you see that your skills are aligned to a job at Boeing, in St. Louis, and you have a buddy that works at Boeing, well, at that point, I would encourage you to call your buddy over at Boeing and say, hey, can you help connect me or get me to someone at Boeing where I can talk to somebody in person? Because the reality of most people actually getting a job, I think you get it through networking. This tool is part of the process in that it helps you find the job that's open that you are aligned to, but actually getting the job more often than not comes down to that networking piece. So, but if you can find out where the job is and that it is open and that your skills align to it at companies you may have never heard of, right? The beauty of this tool also is that there are over 1 million different jobs in here from tens of thousands of companies. So again, you may not have heard of some of these companies that are hiring and may not even thought of applying for them, but they're going to have jobs that are fit for your skills that you potentially can then go on LinkedIn, find someone you know over there, find a veteran over there, and try and network in. That is a great way to use the system to try and find a way to get hired. That Oplign can begin the beginning of that process for you to figure out how your skills align and make it easy for you, again, in a matter of minutes to begin your targeting process.
Yeah, that's a great point, Bo. The networking component of this is vitally important, and as the labor market right now is kind of it's very confused, and I think a lot of people are coming in there and they don't even know where to start. Our goal is to help them figure out where to start, and then use other tools that are out there like LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a great social media tool. At the end of the day, that's what it is, and use those tools in conjunction with Oplign to figure out where to go, who to talk to. Because going through the applicant tracking system, we have data around this. And the Society for HR Management did a study about 3 years ago, and they pointed out that less than 8% of applicants actually make it all the way through an applicant tracking system application. So getting your interest and your resume in front of the hiring manager is the key. That's 85% hiring occurs that way, anyways. And then then you have to use the ATS or whatever to get hired. But yeah, so the goal here is this is an intelligence platform for the labor market, and just gives you a lot of different understanding of different aspects of it, right? Because improving yourself is also a key component of this. And we built some tools around, ingested a variety of training courses all the way up to, bachelor's degrees, things like that, where now you can kind of figure out, all right, if I'm interested in learning more about certain things, it's going to take me right there. And so I can go and say, all right, I need to know a little bit more around marketing and sales. Here's some courses that are available. Here are the courses as they exist within these different platforms, whether it's the MIT Open Courseware. This has been a big trend over the past 10 years or so, having these platforms available to you. But same time, it's kind of hard to use them when you're going to lots of different websites to figure out which one is the one you need to look at. So we're basically bringing these into you, and I'll let you show them. Now, you can, and some of these are free, some of them are paid for. It is what it is. But we're giving you kind of a single spot to be able to look for these courses, and then also connect that information back to pulling that information back into your profile, right? So once you complete those things, you can check off that, yep, I've done this, and it will show you the opportunities that you have now that you can speak to. Maybe you improve yourself in the marketing domain, or maybe you've got a better financial analysis understanding. So there's lots of different tools in here that let you kind of figure out where you fit, and then who's hiring these spaces. So okay, look at who's hiring a financial analyst level 2. These are the general qualifications that are expected for a financial analyst, what we would call a level 2. So a kind of not entry level, but maybe the next step up. These are the sorts of things that you're expected to have, right? So if you're an account manager level 2, these are going to be a different set of skill sets that you're supposed to have. And then where are the courses that you can get experience with sales forecasting? They'll take you right to them. So there's a lot of opportunity here, right? So you can kind of figure out in one kind of place what you need to have, what's being asked for, and then every time you check these off, it's going to show you, hey, you're getting aligned more closely to the jobs that are out there. And then every time you interact with the system this way, it's going to push those qualifications in your profile and then change the job mix that you're aligning to. So again, see, it's changing every time I interact. It's just updating because we're pulling in all of this data every day, million and a half jobs every day that we're looking at across tens of thousands of companies, and large and small. And so we've got a number of other tools in here for mentorship that we'll be rolling out. It's definitely we have we've got some great partners that we're working with for everything from resume guidance to mentorship, to how to apply for a job. What's that process look like? How do I go about doing that? So there's a lot here. We encourage people to play around with it and then give feedback. If you send feedback to help@oplign.com, I love to read it. I love to see what people are either having problems with understanding, or maybe they're missing, hey, I don't see this at all, or something's broken. That's always good to know, right? Or, hey, can you help me understand better how this works? That's one of the things we really like to do, and interact with people that way as well.
And Valerie, I wanna just emphasize too, this is a free resource for veterans, for military spouses, for student veterans. It works for a family member, works for anybody at the end of the day. We appreciate that y'all have the resource, posted on y'all's website. You certainly can go to the Oplign website as well. You'll have the same interaction no matter where you go, but it's completely free. And again, at the end of the day, it is the easy button. It is a great, and I think the best place for any transitioning veteran or veteran that's been out for a while looking for a new role to start, to begin the job search process, to narrow down and quickly figure out where their skills align, and then hopefully network from there and find that job. We have a lot of great feedback from veterans that love the tool. We're always trying to work it, upgrade it, modify it, make it better. We love the feedback, as Alex said. And again, love to have partners like you, Valerie, that get the word out there and share these great resources. So thanks for the time today, and let us talk about it a little bit. Any other questions for us about what we're doing?
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys both coming on and sharing this platform with me and with all of our viewers. Yeah, this shows a lot of really good opportunities out there for veterans, especially ones that are pivoting, trying to take out a completely different career path or in a different location. It's just that easy to use platform that'll really show them that there's a lot of opportunities out there. So yeah, thank you for coming in and sharing it with us. For all of our viewers, I'll put the link to Oplign in the description. And as mentioned, they are listed on our veteran resource directory on our website, where there's a lot of other really valuable resources for veterans and their family members. So thank you, everybody, and see you next time.